Well, the time has come indeed as tributes continue to pour in for Dr. Jessica Mbangeni. The multi-award-winning 47-year-old musician and praise poet passed away on Saturday, the 31st of August, sending shockwaves across Mzansi. Now, the late poet was a pioneer and an enduring force who shaped the future of South African music and praise poetry at large. The Association of Independent Record Labels of South Africa's Vice President, Stanley Khoza, now joins us this morning as we continue to pay tribute and homage to the late praise poet. Stanley, good morning and thank you for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Good morning to you too. I guess it's great to be here, celebrating a life well lived.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you said celebrating a life well lived. I mean, we're looking at the feats. We were just talking offline, the feats that South African sport has undergone, the feats we've done in our country, and Jessica would have been at the forefront of all of this, but her spirit continues to live and endure.
Yeah.
Well, what's one of your fondest memories to date?
Look, with Jess, man, Jess never needed an introduction to anything. She will roll from any corner of the room, in any environment. It didn't matter how the environment was, but she always had a way of making an entrance in any platform. But I guess what I'll always remember the most, it's her love and her advocacy for the development and advancement of women within the creative sector. In most of the seats where I sit, I saw her fighting nail and back to make sure that women are given a platform. And that shows me the caliber of the women that South Africa had in Jess.
Absolutely. She was larger than life, vibrant. And speaking about, assisting women, I mean, you yesterday at her memorial, we're seeing the succession plan in that she wasn't hugging the spot. She was actually about collaborations at large.
Yeah, look, seeing people from all over the world descending to Market Theatre yesterday at the John Carney Hall, and all the people in their regalia, their traditional outfits, celebrating the life and the beliefs of Jessica Mbangeni, showed how amazing she was as a person. Of course, we had people from as far as UK, Jamaica, and all the other parts of the countries. And of course, our prominent figures of the South African music industry, Bomami Von, Bomambale Kambete. So that shows you how important Jessica was to the nation. She was not only a fashion icon, she was not only a praise poet, she was not only just a woman, she was a businesswoman who had connections with everyone. And of course, she made each and every person believe you were her best friend.
Yes.
I only discovered yesterday that she called all of us Mutano Mhle. I thought I was the only one.
That is so true. You actually even reminded me about her love for Jamaica. That was also definitely a trip she would take in February, around about that time. I'm looking back at your journey with her as well, because there's been many collaborations. How would you have met her actually in the first place?
Look, for me, I think when I started in the industry, I was fortunate that she came through and said, you know what, look, I'm venturing into poetry, but there are no platforms. And I believe I'm good at this thing. And we were like, okay, fine, how are we going to do this? So I was good in promoting music, but I was never good in promoting poetry. But of course, we created a platform. We gave an opportunity to be able to be heard in every space where we had control. And look at where she ended up. Jessica have been given an opportunity to, as far as representing the likes of your Honorable Thabo Mbeki, Halima Mtlante, and many others. And I'm happy that she fought and made poetry, praise poetry fashionable. So we'll forever give her that. And one thing I love is that ever since we met, we've always made sure that we fight for the development and the creation of space for as many praise singers as possible.
No, absolutely. And it was also combined with the entrepreneurial skills that you spoke about, because she had her traditional clothing store for Dr Khoza, and that was amazing as well to see the decorations that she'd come through every time.
Who will forget that moment when she made Visnova wear the lion hat? And of course at the summers when she pulled up with a lion in her hand. Yes. So she was one of those people that we'll forever miss. And of course, I guess South Africa was fortunate to have a woman like Jessica, who has not only departed, but has left a lot, has touched a lot of life, inspired a lot of women, and created a lot of possibilities. So from where I'm sitting, Jess will never die. She will continue to multiply. Her kids yesterday showed us what she has left in them. And what I guess I hope for and pray for is that as a nation and the creative and cultural industry of South Africa, let's give those kids the platform in honor of the mother and continue to celebrate the legacy and contribution. And the shop, may it never close, because she believed in it, and she was dressing all the politicians and presenters.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She was very willing to help. She was always willing to help as well.
Yes.
I'm looking back at the latest work that you guys also managed to work alongside each other with. The
Yes.
video that's set to be launched soon. I mean,
Yes.
when did that project start? I mean, what are you going to do from here into?
So Jess went abroad, and when she was abroad, she met a couple of friends, Dr. Caleb, who was here yesterday,
Yes.
and they conceptualized this current song that's playing now, the one that says it's a dawning of a dawn. It's a new journey, of course, as we start. But this was the last work that Jessica put her heart to, because she said she wanted to communicate a story and the current position of the South African standing, the life, the politics in one song. And that's what she's addressing on this beautiful video. And of course, it remains the last video. But she has recorded many music that has been released in all the social media, in all the music platforms. Hopefully that South Africans are enjoying and getting to learn more about Jessica. They will download, stream, because her music will never die. It will continue to live. And please, I urge everyone to listen to each and everything Jessica said in her poems. She was not just speaking. She was addressing issues she believed in. And that's the only way you can get to understand the value and importance of what it takes to be a great praise singer that's loved worldwide.
And she was also healing us whilst
Yes.
doing it with her vibrancy. Just very quickly as we wrap up, I mean, you've mentioned some of your fondest memories with her. What are you going to take from her life? How are you going to also continue to pass that on to everyone else you interact with from here until?
I think from me and of course the organization, the next challenge is how do we create platforms for the many Jessicas that she has left behind. She has inspired a lot of people. I'm gonna hold one thing dearly from her, is the ability to make each and every person feel specially and different. We only find out yesterday that all of us were her best friends in our own independent spaces. Yet I thought I was the only one she called him. So that should tell you something. But of course, it's not over yet. We're going down to in the Eastern Cape in Namakwe next coming Saturday. She will be laid to rest on the 14th. That's what the family has concluded. And of course, we're going to make sure that she gets the kind of funeral that she deserves as a queen.
Stanley, thank you for joining us and for paying tribute to your friend, your collaborator. Obviously, sincere condolences to you and to the friends and family at large. But we continue to honor her work. And as you said, she will multiply from here on too. And she's transitioned, but her spirit remains.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. And of course, I really want to thank the family for giving us an opportunity to give a befitting memorial service. And as their spokesperson, it was a pleasure and an honor, and I'll continue to do what I can to advance the kids.
Well, that was Stanley Khoza there paying tribute to the late Dr. Jessica Mbangeni, a celebrated South African musician, praise poet, cultural activist. We just spoke to the Association of Independent Record Labels of South Africa's Vice President Stanley Khoza on her dedication to promoting South African music and heritage.